Greetings in the name of Yahuwah and His Son Yahushua Mashiach. My name is Malak Shalomo. Today is the 16th of February 2024. The time is 8:24 a.m. or 8:24 hours Eastern Time. And I'm gonna do a little trade setup here on ES. All right, so this is the
Sweep
micro
buyers
ES.
gold.
From time to time, you're gonna hear like my bookmap alerts go off, so please bear with me with that. I know sometimes it covers my voice, so I'll try to repeat myself if the alert goes off. So this is the news we have today. Let's see here. Right at 8:30, coming up right now. Actually, we have core PPI month over month. We have PPI month over month, building permits and housing starts, right? You can see the countdown there, 3 minutes till that jumps off. Then at 9:10 a.m. we have FOMC member Bar speaks, and at 10 we have prelim UOM consumer sentiment, right? So that's also prelim UOM inflation expectations, right? So we have a little bit of news coming in today. We also have a FOMC member daily speaks at 12:10 p.m. So today could be kind of I guess like a rotational day. Like we might get some moves that don't follow through because of the news interrupting the auction. And players changing direction or liquidating their positions as this news comes out, right? So first let's take a quick look at
Russell sweep buyers.
MUB.
Russell absorption buyers.
Let's take a quick look at MUB. That's my National Muni Bond ETF. If you want to check out that, you could check that out. The symbol search is MUB. Right, so let me just point that out. That's the symbol search MUB. That's it right there. Right, so looking at the daily chart, bonds is looking like it's in a distribution. Here we have let's see here. Around here we have something like a
Sweep sellers ES.
preliminary supply. We have some buying climax going on around here. We have a secondary
Sweep sellers ES.
Secondary test secondary test. Well, no, sorry, the automatic reaction. Then we have like a secondary test here. And now we're just kind of in a chop area right here, right? So what it has to do is it has to break out to the upside, probably give like a uptrust around this area here at 109.40.
Sweep
right?
sellers ES.
Yeah, around, let's see here, let me just pull that down a little bit. Yeah, around 109.70, somewhere around that area would be a good area for like a uptrust, right? Somewhere around this level here. And that would be coinciding with
ES order book imbalance 60%. 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 Sweep sellers gold. Russell absorption buyers. ES order book imbalance 60%. ES order book imbalance 60%. Russell sweep sellers. Sweep NQ buyers. Sweep sellers ES. Sweep NQ sellers. ES order book imbalance 60%. Sweep YM sellers. Absorption sellers YM. Russell sweep sellers. Russell absorption buyers. Russell sweep sellers.
So we had the news
Russell
come
sweep
out.
sellers. Russell absorption sellers.
And we got that drop in the market there. We're now at 50.42 on the ES. So that was the response there. A lot of alerts went off. Let's see, NQ dropped as well to roughly 17,950 and pushing down further.
Sweep sellers gold. Sweep YM sellers.
Russell looking like it took the brunt of this news here. We came all the way down from 2062 to 2043.
Russell sweep buyers. Russell absorption buyers. Sweep NQ buyers. Sweep buyers gold. Sweep buyers gold.
YM fell from like 38,830.
Sweep sellers ES. Sweep NQ sellers.
38,830 down to
Sweep NQ sellers.
38,745. Let's see, gold dropped from roughly 2018 to 2011. And this is the new oil contract. This is CLJ4, and that dropped from roughly 77.17 down to roughly 76.97. We're getting a bounce back in oil a little bit, but maybe sellers still here. You see that big selling coming in. 141 contracts, 157 contracts.
Absorption buyers YM.
All right, so let's go back to the bond market. So the bond market is kind of poised now to make a upthrust up to
Sweep
this level.
NQ buyers.
They have resistance here at monthly Camarilla R3 at 108.85. That's that red line right there. And Camarilla R4 at 109.24. So let's see what it'll do. But actually, it's actually below Camarilla S3 on the monthly, which is very bearish. This could be resistance right here at 108.707.
Sweep sellers ES.
And that could
Russell sweep buyers.
have a rejection back to the downside. All right, let me just make that smaller. Right, so from this level here, we could actually push back to Camarilla S4, which is at 107.68.
Russell absorption buyers.
So a little indecision right there in the bond market as to where it wants to go, kind of in congestion.
Sweep
right
YM sellers. Sweep NQ sellers. Sweep sellers ES.
So right now the
Sweep
US
NQ sellers.
the
Sweep
US dollar
sellers
is,
ES. Absorption buyers YM.
my bad. So the US dollar is moving off of monthly Camarilla R3 at
Sweep NQ sellers.
13.009. Pushing back up here to, I have a level here,
Sweep
automatic
NQ
rally.
sellers.
I have this level here, automatic rally on the daily chart, 13.057, and also monthly Camarilla R4 is at 13.063. So usually when the dollar is moving up, it goes against, it's actually inverse to
Sweep
the
buyers
ES.
gold. Sweep buyers gold.
So as you can see now, when the news is coming out, the dollar is moving up and the ES and the market is moving in the other direction, right? So looking at dollar strength here right now, let's see if it could continue to the upside and get to
Sweep
this level.
sellers gold. ES order book imbalance 60%.
That's going to
Sweep
cause
sellers gold.
some selling in the
Sweep
market.
NQ sellers.
All right, so let's take a look here at the ES daily chart. We're moving up off of monthly Camarilla R4, so still very bullish
Russell sweep
above.
sellers. Russell absorption buyers. Sweep sellers gold.
Bullish above Camarilla R4 at 50.10.89. Monthly R1 is at 50.21. So bullish above these levels here, 50.21, 50.10. These are good areas
Sweep
for like
YM sellers. Absorption sellers YM.
a pullback to buy, right? So We're already seeing a little bit of weakness, some liquidation here. I call him King Bear. So King Bear is taking some profits here. You can see King Bear making moves here. He's making moves here. But the amount of selling he's doing, he has to offload so much contracts that
Russell sweep sellers. Russell absorption buyers.
He's actually moving price a lot, right? So buyers have to try and absorb him. You see they're buying off of Camarilla R3 on the monthly at 49.40. They had to really step in there and try and absorb what King Bear is throwing at them. So, King Bear is actually, I think King Bear is actually letting price come back up to these levels where he wants to sell again, because he wants better prices to sell, higher prices, right? So when he throws on all these contracts, he gets lower prices. So it kind of defeats his purpose of making the most profit that he could. So he has to kind of ease up, let buyers come in and regain their confidence so he can offload a little more up on these levels. So right now I'm looking at that's what I'm considering. There's an operation here to offload or liquidate profits. It's not real selling. If it was real selling, we'd get continuation to the downside. If he wanted to really stomp on price, he would just stomp on it and we would push down further. But he's letting buyers come back and regain confidence so he could sell more up at these levels. And I think he's kind of cleaning up his selling activity this week, because even with this news here, he didn't really kill the market like that. He put some orders in, he sold some. But you see that candle is not really crushing. It's not really moving all the way back to, let's say, 50.21, right? So King Bear is still there, but I think he's easing up his foot off the gas, right? That's just my theory. It's basically liquidation of profits, right? It's not real selling. The bull market is still intact. So let's see, this is on the 1 hour chart here. You can see King Bear operating
Sweep
with
sellers
the news.
Gold.
Bringing price back to roughly this
Sweep sellers gold.
This upper deviation band, first upper deviation band here at 50.31, right? So he's coming back here to this level. He came back, what's the low here, to 50.35, right? So still very bullish area, not really killing price, but still creating a big hourly candle here on the sell-off side, right? So this is I call this my golden top zone. This is an area here where there's a lot of support. We have the weekly pocket area. We have the central pivot 510, which is that's correlating with a lot of stuff on the daily chart. I believe that was let's see here. I forgot already.
Sweep NQ sellers.
What was 510? 510 was Camarilla, monthly Camarilla R4. That's 510, right? So the central pivot is lining up exactly with monthly Camarilla R4. So this is a heavy support level here, 510, 511.
Russell sweep sellers.
Which was yesterday's low. Was it? Yeah. So that was yesterday's low. And the weekly POC is at 512.75. And this Camarilla S3 level is at 13.54. So this is a heavy support area, and yesterday I was doing some shorts and we came down to this area here, and that's where the short ended, right? So I got a nice little trade here, caught a nice little trade on this short. Let's see here, around this level, this buying climax on the monthly is 50.28. That's also a buy area. Also created some resistance here.
Russell absorption buyers.
A previous buying climax. So price actually rejected from this level previously, right? So I as we got buyers here, they absorbed King Bear's auction right here because he actually capped price here a little bit and sold some. That's why you got that back and forth. Push back up here to monthly, not monthly. Let me just change this. This is the weekly value area high, right? So weekly value area high is at 50.4650. We're actually losing that right now, and this is the last day of the week, so we're actually moving back into value. So King Bear has capped price from really pushing to new value this week, right? He's maintained previous week's value, and if we stay below that 50.4650 level, then we're staying in value for the week. And this is the heavy support where we could rotate back to this level around the POC area at 50.1275 for buyers to absorb again. So with this sell-off here, let me see. Let me go to the 5-minute chart and see what kind of setups. Right, so we're coming back into yesterday's value area, right? Where we had that congestion, we're coming back now. So let's take a look at the Camarilla setups. It's in a higher value relationship today. We're supposed to be seeking higher value. Camarilla S3 is that green line.
Sweep buyers gold. Sweep buyers gold.
It's above previous day's Camarilla R3. Camarilla R3 is now up here at 50.57.75. Camarilla S3 is at 50.35.29. Let me make sure of that. No, actually 50.24, my bad. So no, that's Camarilla S4, right? Camarilla S3 is up here at 50.35.25, right?
Sweep
so
buyers
we're actually
gold.
pulling back right now to Camarilla S3. Now, in this higher value relationship, this is a good buy area right here, right? So let me just make that bigger. All right, so that's Camarilla S3. You see we're getting some support here. We have this doji candle, two kind of doji candles forming, looking like we're absorbing price. So I want to see price maintain above Camarilla S3 for, right, we got to maintain above this Camarilla S3, and then we can move up from there. Targets are Camarilla R3 at 50.57.75 and beyond that as well. Let's see. Camarilla R4 is at 50.68.9, roughly 50.69, right? So I'm gonna take off the Camarillas now, and let's look at the central pivots. Right, so the central pivots are in a higher value relationship. Let me just point this out here real quick. I notice there's a lot on the chart right here, but this area here, that's the central pivot from yesterday. And today the central pivot area is here. Right, so that's a higher value relationship, higher value setup.
Sweep
We're
sellers,
looking
yes.
for buys at the central pivot. So right now price is actually at the central pivot. Just make that bigger. So we're pulling back to this area. Let me just throw back on Camarilla S3. You can see that's created now what I call a golden pivot zone. So that's a heavy support area there. I actually label it like this. Right, so in this area here, we're supposed to get support, or if it doesn't hold, it's going to create resistance. When it breaks, probably get a retest of that and sell from that area. So right now we're in a golden pivot zone. Price stopped there for a little bit, looking like it's going to proceed lower. right? So King Bear probably doesn't care about this daily level. He's still selling, and it's gonna probably come back to, you see, we have the daily value area high and bottom central pivot at 5031.5. So that's another support area right there. Buyers will be stepping in to try and keep today's value area intact, the value area high, right? But we're already losing the weekly value area. So that's a more prominent level. We're back into last week's value area, or basically this week's value area, which is calculated from last week's value area. So this is a tricky area here. We're supposed to get support. If we do get support,
Russell absorption buyers.
or we regain this level, maybe we come down here, test this level or the buying climax, possibly even this POC area here at 5024.75, and we could
Sweep
get some
buyers
buyers
gold.
from here, take
Russell
us back
sweep
up, try and
sellers.
hold up
Russell
this area,
absorption sellers.
maybe do a little auction
Sweep
here a
buyers
little bit,
gold.
and try and take it back up to the upside. Now, if we continue selling, we will get something like a breakdown of this area here, a retest, and we start selling and we start losing these levels, then we're definitely looking at a sell-off on a Friday. I don't know too much about options, expirations, and stuff like that, but I think on Fridays you have these kind of options, expirations, and stuff that kind of creates certain activity and volatility in the market. So look out for that as well. So that's basically my setups right there. All right, y'all. It's Malak Shalomo. Y'all trade safe and stay blessed.